Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. We are doing the revision of the chapter Election and Representation, and under this chapter we have completed our discussion of the chapter of the content, and after that we were discussing the question answers, the questions which are given in the textbook, and we have discussed up to the question number 7, and now today we will discuss from question number 8. So in question number 8 it is written, here are some wishes expressed in a conference to discuss a constitution for a new country. Write against each of these whether FPTP or proportional representation is suitable in order to meet the wishes. ओके, तो हमारे क्वेश्चन में क्या है, कुछ विशेष दिए हुए हैं और हमको ये बताना है, वी आर सपोज टू टेल कि विच द विशेष कैन बिकम ट्रू by adopting which of the system of first past the post system or the system of proportional representation. So the first wish is that people should clearly know who is their representative so that they can hold him or her personally accountable or responsible. So this is possible only under the first past the post system, because we have seen that in the proportional representation people give their vote not to the candidate but to the party, and after the votes what happens, counting is done, and according to counting जिस पार्टी को जितना share of vote मिलता है that party gets that percentage of seats in the parliament, है ना. So in this system people will not be able to know who is their representative. So if the constitution makers want that the people must be the people must know the name of their representative so that they can hold him or her responsible for anything. जो कुछ भी होता है constituency के अंदर उसके लिए वो रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ही रिस्पॉन्सिबल होता है, और ये तभी पॉसिबल है जबकि एफपीटीपी सिस्टम हो. तो अगर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स ऐसा चाह रहे हैं तो उसके लिए उनको एफपीटीपी सिस्टम को अडॉप्ट करना होगा. एंड नाउ द सेकंड डिजायर इज और सेकंड विश इज वी हैव अ स्मॉल लिंग्विस्टिक माइनॉरिटी. ठीक है, जो लिंग्विस्टिक माइनॉरिटी है वो बहुत स्मॉल नंबर ऑफ पीपल है जो कि लिंग्विस्टिक माइनॉरिटी है, एंड दीज पीपल आर स्प्रेड ऑल ओवर द कंट्री. ओके, वी शुड एंश्योर फेयर रिप्रेजेंटेशन टू देम. अब नाउ व्हाट वी फाइंड कि ये जो लिंग्विस्टिक माइनॉरिटी है वो पूरे कंट्री में स्प्रेड है. ओके, एंड इन दैट सिचुएशन the constitution makers want that this linguistic minority community जो है that should be given proper representation. So if they are minority, they are small in number but they are spread throughout the country. It's not कि they are concentrated at a particular place, है ना, they are spread all over the country. So in that situation if we want to give them representation, then FPTP system is not suitable for that, because in FPTP system only that candidate will win the election who gets majority of the votes, and this community about which we are talking, that is a minority community and that is not concentrated in any one part of the country but they are evenly they are distributed all over the country. So in that situation if FPTP system is adopted then that community will not get representation. So if the constitution makers want that the such linguistic minority community should be given proper representation, then in that case that proportional representation should be adopted by the constitution makers. Then only this linguistic minority group can be properly represented in the parliament. Okay, so now we come to the third desire. The third desire is there should be no discrepancy between votes and seats for different parties. Discrepancy means जो हम देख रहे हैं, we have discussed all these things कि under the FPTP system there is a lack of proportion between the percentage of votes political party is getting and percentage of seats the same party is getting. उनके बीच में discrepancy होती है ना. डिस्क्रिपेंसी का मतलब लैक ऑफ प्रोपोर्शन, कोई प्रोपोर्शन नहीं होता है. लाइक वी हैव सीन इन द इलेक्शन ऑफ 1984 कांग्रेस को क्या हुआ, कांग्रेस ने 48% ऑफ वोट्स मिले उसको, सिर्फ लेस देन 50%. ओके, बट द कांग्रेस पार्टी गॉट more than 80% of the seats in the Lok Sabha. तो ये this is what is it called? It is discrepancy. यही discrepancy है जो कि FPTP सिस्टम में होती है. तो अगर हम चाहते हैं कि there should not be any kind of discrepancy between votes and seats for different party, किसी तरह की डिस्क्रिपेंसी ना हो, जितना जिसको वोट मिला है, परसेंटेज ऑफ वोट जितना है उतना ही परसेंटेज ऑफ सीट्स मिले. तो दैट इज पॉसिबल ओनली इन प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन सिस्टम. सो इन दैट सिचुएशन प्रोपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन सिस्टम शुड बी अडॉप्टेड बाय द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन मेकर्स. नाउ द फोर्थ विश or the fourth desire, that is people should be able to elect a good candidate even if they do not like his or her political party. Many times it happens ki a candidate is very good, he is a really performing candidate, he is doing so much things for his constituency, his or her constituency. People like him, people of the constituency like him or her, but people do not like the political party to which the person belongs. है ना, मतलब लोग कैंडिडेट को पसंद कर रहे हैं बट दे आर नॉट लाइकिंग द पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जिसको कि वो कैंडिडेट बिलोंग करता है. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में क्या होगा कि अगर हम चाहते हैं कि लोग कैंडिडेट को वोट दें, एक गुड कैंडिडेट को लोग चाहेंगे जिताना, हालांकि वो उसके पार्टी को नहीं पसंद करते, स्टिल दे वांट कि दैट कैंडिडेट शुड बिकम देयर रिप्रेजेंटेटिव बिकॉज ही वर्क्स वेरी वेल, है ना, हिज परफॉर्मेंस इज वेरी वेल. तो ये दैट इज पॉसिबल ओनली इन FPTP सिस्टम, बिकॉज इन FPTP सिस्टम we give our vote to candidate, not to political party, while in proportional representation system we give our vote to political party. So under that system it is not possible to elect a good candidate even if they don't like their political party. So in this answer we will see that first जो desire है, or A we can say in the A desire can be fulfilled by adopting the FPTP system. In B there should be proportional representation. And then again in C there should be proportional and then in D there should be FPTP. Okay, so this is your answer. Now we come to the question number 9. Question number 9 is about a situational question. एक particular situation में जो कुछ भी किया गया उसके regarding question है कि वो सही था या नहीं था. Okay, so I'm going to read it first. A former chief election commissioner, CEC, ठीक है, a former chief election commissioner joined a political party and contested elections. The chief election commissioner is former, it means कि now he is retired, है ना, वो retire हो चुका है chief election commissioner, and after getting retired he has joined a political party and not only he joined the political party but he also contesting the elections. Okay, now ये जो चीज़ हुई कि एक फॉर्मर CEC चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर जो है वो किसी पार्टी को ज्वाइन कर लेता है और इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट कर लेता है, इसके कारण बहुत सारे कंट्रोवर्सी क्रिएट होते हैं, लोगों के डिफरेंट व्यूज जो है वो आते हैं. One of the view is that the election commissioner is an independent citizen and has a right to join any political party and to contest election. So the first view is very simple, that the chief election commissioner is he is the independent citizen of the country. As any other citizen, he has also right to contest election. Our constitution has given this right to every citizen of the country. So the CEC has also the right to contest the election. Okay, and now we see the another view. According to other view, leaving this possibility open can affect the impartiality of the election commission. ठीक है, अगर हम इलेक्शन कमीशन को ये छोड़ दें कि यस आफ्टर गेटिंग रिटायर्ड यू कैन ज्वाइन एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी एंड यू कैन कंटेस्ट इलेक्शन ऑल्सो, देन इन दैट सिचुएशन व्हाट वी सी कि दिस काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशन leave the possibility open that the election commission will not be able to act independently and impartially, है ना. क्योंकि इसमें क्या, ये एक व्यू है, इसको अभी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. तो एक व्यू तो हो गया कि इलेक्शन कमिश्नर जो है ही इज अ फ्री सिटीजन एंड ही must enjoy the rights which are given by the constitution of country, that is to contest the election. The another view is that this act of joining the political party and contesting the election, this act of chief election commissioner is going to affect the impartiality of the election commission. Okay, now former election commissioner should be allowed to contest an election or not. ओके, द क्वेश्चन इज कि जो चीफ इलेक्शन कमिश्नर है उनको कोई भी इलेक्शन कंटेस्ट करने का राइट होना चाहिए या नहीं. तो इन दिस रिगार्ड वी विल सी दैट द रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ द इलेक्शन कमीशन इज वेरी हाई because it is given the responsibility of conducting the election for the Lok Sabha, for the Vidhan Sabha, for the president and the vice president, and we all know that democracy completely depends upon election. If elections are not real, if elections are not free and fair, elections are not done in a free and fair manner, then in that situation democracy will be obstructed. There will not be democracy. So the responsibility is huge. The election commission has a great responsibility, and in order to fulfill this responsibility, our constitution has made some provisions to ensure the independence of the election commission. Okay, तो इसके लिए हमारे constitution makers ने इसके लिए काफ़ी कुछ प्रोविजंस किए हैं, लाइक रिगार्डिंग रिमूवल, है ना. उनका रिमूवल बहुत ही टफ प्रोसेस होता है. तो जिस तरह के काम हैं इलेक्शन कमीशन के और जो नेचर है उनके काम का, उसके अकॉर्डिंगली हम यही कहेंगे कि उनको ये राइट नहीं होना चाहिए. द इलेक्शन कमिश्नर शुड नॉट हैव द राइट टू ज्वाइन एनी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी आफ्टर गेटिंग रिटायर्ड और टू कंटेस्ट द इलेक्शन, बिकॉज अगर वो इस तरह का करना चाहेंगे तो फिर क्या होगा कि ड्यूरिंग देयर टेन्योर एज CEC दे विल ट्राई टू मेक गवर्नमेंट हैप्पी, है ना. वो कोई भी ऐसा काम नहीं करना चाहेंगे जिससे कि जो रूलिंग पार्टी है वो उसके अगेंस्ट हो जाए, क्योंकि उसको पार्टी का टिकट चाहिए. मेंबरशिप तो मिल जाएगी, देन उसको टिकट भी चाहिए लड़ने के लिए इलेक्शन. तो इसलिए ये नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, and now we come to the next question number 10. Okay, in this we see there is a statement, and the statement is Indian democracy is ready to shift from a crude first past the post system to a system of proportional representation. Do you agree with this statement? Give your reason for or against this statement. So we see कि the question is कि the statement is कि now India is ready to move from this FPTP to proportional representation. So I would like to tell that we must agree with the statement because we have to give answers also. तो आई एम गिविंग यू द पॉइंट्स कि क्यों हमें इसके लिए अग्री होना चाहिए. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल व्हाट वी फाइंड कि इंडिया हैज अ मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम. ओके, in our country we have adopted the multi-party system in which there are so many parties, and because of this multi-party system what happens under FPTP system that no party no candidate is required to win a particular percentage of votes, है ना. FPTP में कितना भी किसी को मिल जाएगा वो जीत जाता है, और बिकॉज वी हैव अडॉप्टेड दिस मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम, तो इसके कारण क्या होता है कि जो हमारे विनिंग कैंडिडेट होते हैं उनको बहुत कम वोट भी मिलता है तो भी वो जीत जाते हैं. तो इसलिए ये ज़रूरी है कि जो हमारे डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज़ हैं उनको सही ढंग से रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिले. इस FPTP सिस्टम के अंदर क्या होता है कि जो बड़ी पार्टीज होते हैं वो फायदे में होते हैं और छोटे पार्टीज जो होते हैं वो दे आर इन लॉस. तो ये जो बड़े पार्टी के लिए फायदेमंद वाली सिचुएशन है इसको एंड करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. ठीक है, सभी पार्टी जो है पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हैं उनको रिप्रेजेंटेशन प्रॉपर वे में मिलना चाहिए. ठीक है, ये नहीं हो कि जो बड़ी पार्टी है उसको मिल गया छोटी पार्टी को नहीं मिल रहा. दिस शुड नॉट बी डन, एंड फॉर दैट पर्पस वी नीड टू अडॉप्ट द FPTP system. We need to adopt the proportional representation. Moreover, what we find that if the political parties will be able to get seats in the Lok Sabha according to their percentage of votes, then it will bring a sense of responsibility along with national unity and integrity. It will enhance the sense of responsibility in the political parties. It will be good for the national unity and integrity also. And now we see the third point. In third point we can write that the representative democracy makes the democracy more effective and trustworthy. It is very much important that each and every vote should be represented. In FPTP system what we find ki so many votes are wasted. There is nobody to represent those votes which are given to the defeating candidates. जो defeat किए हैं candidates उनको जो वोट जाती है वो पूरी तरह से बेकार हो जाती है. But in proportional representation we see कि every vote has representation. हर वोट का वैल्यू है, हर वोट का रिप्रेजेंटेशन है पार्लियामेंट में, एंड दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्प्रेसिव थिंग अबाउट द PR सिस्टम. कोई भी वोट बेकार नहीं जाता है ना. तो दिस इज वेरी इम्पॉर्टेंट, एंड इन दिस सिस्टम व्हाट वी फाइंड that the political parties get seats according to their proportion of the vote, and this generate a kind of satisfactory feeling in the political parties, and they work for the country. And another thing what we find in this proportional representation is that voters have consistently keen interest to the election process, and we see that the number is increasing, number of candidates and parties are increasing. So in that situation we need to give this proportional representation. Now it's time that we can go for PR system instead of FPTP system, because when our country became independent at that time the situation was different, because literacy rate बहुत ज़्यादा कम थी and people were not aware of the democratic processes like election and all the voter list का बनना, then जो भी process होते हैं, people were not aware. But now we see कि people are 100% aware of all the process of election, and उनका काफ़ी political training हो चुका है, उनको political education मिल चुका है, and now we can go for this proportional representation. So I am going to write down the points of this question. So in answer number 10, we will write the following points. We agree with the statement that now India should shift from this crude FPTP to the system of proportional representation. And why we are supporting this statement? First of all, our literacy rate has improved. Literacy rate. As we know, at the time of independence, our literacy rate was very low, and that was the reason that our constitution makers were very much fearful of this कि how people will be able to use their right to vote, है ना. तो इसलिए उन्होंने बहुत ही सिंपल वाला जो था FPTP सिस्टम को अडॉप्ट किया था. बट नाउ वी सी दैट लिटरेसी रेट जो है उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा इम्प्रूवमेंट आया है, एंड विद दिस we can go for FPTP system because now people are literate. Not only this, we find that people have undergone people have undergone political training and political education also. People have undergone political training and political education. Because what we find कि so many elections have happened in our country, and people have used their right to vote, people have used their right to contest election, and now they are their political training and political education is complete, है ना. Now they can use their right to vote under proportional representation. Now they are ready for this because इतना लंबा ट्रेनिंग इनका हुआ है, इतना पॉलिटिकल एजुकेशन इनको मिल चुका है. नाउ वी विल सी द थर्ड पॉइंट. वी हैव अडॉप्टेड दिस मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम, है ना. तो अंडर मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम under multi-party system, it is important that all the parties must get seats according to their share of vote. Okay, as we have multi-party system, so under multi-party system we have adopted this FPTP system, and that is the reason that the bigger party are at advantageous position and the smaller parties are at a disadvantageous position. So this should be changed. हमने मल्टी पार्टी सिस्टम को अडॉप्ट किया और हमें ये जरूरी इस बात की काफ़ी ज़्यादा वी नीड दिस थिंग कि दैट ऑल द पार्टी शुड बी गिवन रिप्रेजेंटेशन अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर शेयर ऑफ वोट, है ना. एंड देन वी कैन ऑल्सो राइट द फोर्थ पॉइंट दैट in this system, in this proportional representation system, all the votes get representation. Okay, so this is all your questions. Now I am going to give you some extra questions, some questions which are not in your textbook, है ना, but it is there in the content, है ना. उसमें से निकाल के मैं कुछ questions दे रही हूँ. I am giving you some questions. You can write the heading of extra questions. The first question is explain the composition and powers of the Election Commission. Okay. तो इट इज गिवन इन द बुक, वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. ठीक है, क्या इसका कंपोजिशन होता है और क्या इसके पावर्स होते हैं. देन क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, व्हाट प्रोविजंस आर अडॉप्टेड by our constitution makers what provisions are adopted by our constitution makers in order to answer free and fair election. And this you can write the universal adult franchise, then the provision of reservation of constituencies, then there will be the most important part is the chief election commission, है ना, उसके पावर एंड फंक्शन और उसको भी कैसे इंडिपेंडेंट रखा गया है. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज रिलेटेड टू दिस क्वेश्चन ओनली, एंड इन दिस वी सी डिस्कस द प्रोविजंस of the Constitution discuss the provisions of the Constitution in order to ensure independence of Election Commission of India. Okay, so what are the provisions the government, the constitution makers have made to ensure freedom of this इलेक्शन कमीशन? यही है जैसे रिमूवल का द प्रोसेस, इट्स टेन्योर इज फिक्स्ड, दो द प्रोसेस ऑफ रिमूवल इज देयर, you have to explain the process of removal also, and then you will have to say that the proposal is very difficult, it is not easy to remove a election commissioner. So इस तरह से जो प्रोविज़न किए गए. देन मल्टी मेंबर कमेटी का प्रोविज़न था हमारे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में और 89 के बाद से उसको अडॉप्ट किया गया. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो इम्पॉर्टेंट इन ऑर्डर टू मेक द इलेक्शन कमीशन an independent body. So we will discuss, now we will meet in the next class.